Hello there and a very warm welcome to another edition of Channels Beam. I am Victor Matthias. Today on the program, we will be focusing on the new foreign exchange policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, which was unveiled last week, plus a kickoff workshop that preceded the Office of the Citizen Hackathon 2.0. But let's first take a moment to look through the trending topics in the past week. Cases of xenophobic attacks in South Africa once again came to the fore. This angered many, and they wasted no time in making their feelings known and condemning the act in its totality. There was excitement all over as preparations for the Lagos edition of the Social Media Week was in top gear, with speakers from home and abroad billed to make appearances at events lined up. The Oscars also made the trends list as black actors got nominated, and some even won. Last year, the award had no black nominee. Who knows, the backlash that followed may have forced the organizers to have a rethink. Well, congratulations to the winners, but back to the topic of the day. Joining me to take a look at the CBN Forex policy is Henry Nosegbe, an accountant and a commentator on economic and political issues. He joins us from the French capital, Paris. Thank you for joining us. But let's begin with what the new Forex policy by the CBN is all about.
So what the CBN is trying to do is to move demand away from that black market to the parallel market where they can access dollars through the banks. And that is why they've come up with this policy. Now, the CBN for now is able to fund this policy because there has been an increase in our foreign reserves position. The attacks by the militants of the Niger Delta has reduced, and oil prices have been stable of recent following the OPEC following the OPEC output cuts. So as a result, our income from our foreign exchange income from oil has been relatively stable and increasing of recent, meaning that there has been more foreign reserves in order to finance needs of Nigerians who want to import or who want to carry out transactions like medical expenses or school fees abroad, outside of the country. And so that's what is happening basically with this foreign currency.
So how sustainable is this? And don't you think this will drain the country's external reserves and maybe even worsen the exchange rate challenges Nigeria is facing at the moment in the future? Maybe if the pipelines are attacked again?
We need to see the policy for what it is. It is a short-term intervention. Just to arrest the slide, because we know that the Naira has been falling significantly in recent weeks. It is a stopgap measure to prevent that. And we've seen the impact in the last couple of days because the demand for foreign exchange that used to go to the black markets, some of them have now come to the parallel markets through this policy, and so the Naira has been appreciating of recent. Of course, a lot will depend on how well the CBN will be able to continue this policy in the medium term, how well to be able to finance such transactions without depleting its foreign reserves situation. And I do agree that it is a short-term measure and that, you know, it's not going to be a permanent fix to the solution, to the problem rather. Yes, the foreign exchange situation will be affected if, for example, if there's another attack on the oil installations and oil output reduces, then it will affect our income, the income that flows into the nation's coffers, and therefore affect the foreign reserves. So it's not a long-term solution. Eventually, we'll still have to talk about the issue of fundamentally restructuring or refixing the issues that make us to have to import so much. The issue of the competitiveness of domestic industry, how easy it is to register a business, how easy it is to carry out productive activities in Nigeria. Those are the long-term issues that will have to be fixed. And we'll still have to revisit the issue of the float in the currency, because let's face it, it's this particular policy is not likely to last for long. The effects are not likely to last for long because eventually the demand in the interbank market will outstrip the capacity of the CBN or the banks to meet them. And so people will have to go back to the parallel market if the CBN can meet those demands. And going back to the parallel market means that Naira will fall again. So long term, we need more solutions in addition to what has been done. This is just a stopgap measure.
Well, there are concerns suggesting that the new rule would rather create an opportunity for the banks and even some individuals to enrich themselves through round tripping. How likely is this?
Okay, yeah. So the only way to remove permanently the problem of round tripping will be to completely float the currency.